Instagram family, glad to have y'all on this Thursday. We wasn't together last Thursday because I had something to do, but we back. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Today, we're going to be talking about... I'm laughing at Aja because she's waving at one of the clients. Angel, he's our buddy. The idea of self. And I say dethroning of the idea of self because what we project into this world is just an idea of who we think we are. Because we really have been taught who we are. We didn't just come into no one, planted in us. And it starts when we're young. They start playing these ideas. Well, you don't do this. You do this. Oh, I'll reward you for this, but I'm gonna scorn you for this. So we get these ideas of how we're supposed to function within this framework. And those ideas is what we use to create the person that we can call ourselves. I'm so-and-so. That's why you hear this, and another reason I said getting rid of the idea of the self is because when we become who we are, it's no more about me, mine, I. It's about what the Spirit wants us to do and direct us to do. Me, mine, I don't have nothing to do with that. But when we're caught up in that idea, then that goes with the whole, I graduated from Harvard. I'm an intellectual. Whatever it is, I'm hood, I'm gangster, whatever the hell it is, it's an idea of who they say you are, and you portray that idea. So everybody have their little niches that they feel like they comfortable with. If you grow up in the hood, then you feel comfortable being hood. And when it comes to when you have to engage with somebody who you consider to be an intellectual, then you feel inferior. Why? Because of the idea. It's not that nobody is inferior to nobody. It's that idea. And that whole idea is a lie. So we're going to be talking about how to dethrone that idea. So we're going to start first with our routines. Our routines is what keep us the way we are. And when I say routines, I mean how you get up, you put your shoes on, how you put your belt on. We do everything by routine. And so how do we start to change ourselves is by interrupting the routine. Because the routine is what keeps us the same. When somebody says something to you that you feel is offensive, the routine tells you, stand up for yourself. Hey, who the hell you think you talking to? You think you talking to me like that? But it always includes the me, the mine, and the I. Always, because that's, like I said, the idea. When we get rid of that idea, that response ceases to be the response that triggers us. So in order to change the trigger, we have to change the routine. And so I'm saying, basically, if you put your right foot shoe on first, start putting your left shoe on first. If you put your wallet in your left pocket, don't carry a wallet no more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, little things that we do. Remember, I was an evangelist for 12 years. And this is scripture that says, it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. What do that mean? That means it's those little things that we do, those little routine things that we do that destroys our life. And we think we have a life, but all we really doing is being routine like all the animals around us. Hunters hunt animals. How? They watch their routine. And once you understand that animal's routine, because they're not going to break that routine, then you know exactly how to trap that animal. We ain't no different. When we establish routines and we abide by them, because they're part of that idea. is easy to trap us to. Easy. So what is it about? It's about getting rid of the changing. Because we're going to create more routines, but change the ones that got you in the position that you're in right now to make you believe that that person that you tell yourself you are can change, because we are everything. People talk about, oh, you know, I've been hearing this for a good while now. Oh, you better address me as goddess. Well, when you act like a damn goddess, I'm going to address you as that. But when I see you acting just like everybody else, how you going to sit there and call yourself a goddess because you feel like it? It's about actions. It's about understanding that the idea that we have of ourselves is so minuscule compared to what we really are. We are limitless, boundless. So, start right there. Start with not going to work the same way. Find a different way to go to work. We have to change the routine. If you're a brother who like going out, buying women that sell themselves on the street, stop. Change that routine. Stop buying pussy. No, real. You got to, in order to change yourself, you got to stop your routines. And I know a lot of men that have that routine. And I'm like, all right, it's the little things we have to change. When somebody address you and normally you battle back, just take that moment and go, that's not part of my routine anymore. The disruption in our routines is what gives us that minimal chance to change. And it's a minimal change when I tell you that. It's a minimal chance that you get to change. Because once you cross a certain threshold and you have something solidified in your thinking, it takes damn near tragedy to make you change that. That's why you see people who have these near-death experiences and they come back and go, oh man, I just love life. What are you doing now? I'm just loving life. I ain't doing nothing. I'm living. Why? Because in that moment, that death became a reality. All of a sudden, they saw all the things that they thought was important was not important anymore. We tell ourselves these things because of our training. Our training dictates how we respond. People say, oh, I'm unique. Unique in what? Unique in how you verbalize the thing that everybody else do. Ain't nothing unique in that. Being unique is doing the things that most folks don't even believe is humanly possible. But yet, it should be every day for us. When we change our routine, we begin to manifest the magic that lives within us. I don't know how many people have seen that show, With the Bleep, Do You Know? With the Bleep, Do We Know? I saw that way back, and it's so impactful because what they're doing is they're using the terminology of science to explain what happens when a person surrenders to the spirit. They call it quantum physics. What is quantum physics? Quantum physics is going beyond the manifestation of this physical and going into the quantum level. You can say the atomic level and making changes. That's all it is. And what is that really? That means that you're allowing yourself to connect back to yourself. When folks wear that cross on their bodies and they be like, I got the cross, you know, I know what that represents. That represents Jesus died for me on the cross. No, what that really represented was that we crucified our own self daily behind the lie that's been told us from the time we was this high. And we wear that proudly. Oh, yeah, look, I got diamonds encrusted all in this thing. But what all this representing to somebody who see is that you still don't understand who you are. Why? Because you still saying, yes, you acknowledging, I crucify who I really am daily in order that this imaginary being that I consider myself to be can live. Why? Because it don't want to die. Why? Because you gave it life. We don't realize how powerful. When we've been molded into a certain idea, what else do you have to pull from? If nobody comes and say, hey man, you don't have to do that. You don't have to live like that. There's an alternative. The first thing we do is go, all right, tell me about the alternative. And they say, hey, one of the alternatives is for you to stop your internal dialogue. It'll help you change yourself. Stop what? What? The talking to ourselves is part of what keeps us exactly where we at. We tell ourselves every day that things are this way and things are that way, and as long as they're that way, we're cool. But the moment that something changes within how we think, all of a sudden we change in our emotional state. When in reality, nothing should control your emotional state. They're tools. They're tools that we use to understand our true link between who we really are. And who we really are is energy. Conscious, aware energy. That's what we are. We just occupy these bodies. That's why I always stress, hey, you want to be spiritual, take care of your body. Take care of your life. How you going to be something and when you haven't perfected what you come here to be in the first place, a human being? We are all human beings. We all are responsible for being human because we live in a human environment. Yet, we have another part of us. That is the being part of us. That is the manifester of this physical being that we are. And yet, we don't have no connection to that whatsoever. We go through our lives connected to everything, willing to put our energy into everything, but being who we are. Because to be who you are means to be free, and to be free is not a comfortable position to be in. Because when you in the midst of a bunch of folks who are chained and bound in their mind and you talk about free, that's a fearful thing to them. They feel like you putting them in a place of free falling. Nobody wants to feel like they're free falling, but the reality is that we live in the unknown. What? We come here to address the unknown, to make the unknown known. But we've gotten so disconnected from ourselves that this fantasy, this illusion, we call our reality. When in reality, this is a small part of our reality for who we really are. There's worlds. Look, it's infinity. And we are part of infinity. So why take yourself down to such a, can I say, low vibrational frequency? Because that's what it really is. We allow ourselves to vibrate at such a low vibration that we can't see nothing but what I want, what I can get. That's for me. My feelings are hurt. It's all about us. And it's not. We take everything personal because we don't know how to lighten up. Light means exactly what it is. You live your life on the light side of things. You touch them, but you don't lay on them hard. We do that to each other. And we say we love one another. And we are the hardest on one another when it comes to you declaring your freedom. Oh, so you just dissing me? No, I'm not dissing you at all. What I'm doing is finding a way to maintain the freedom that I've come here with from the moment I came through the birth canal. We come here to be free beings, to be light. So We want to do that? Start with changing your change. Know this. When I say it, I want you guys to really understand what I'm saying.